Hey everybody, and welcome back to Life with Lolo. It is time for our weekly recap of Love After Lockup. This is season 3, episode 36, and it was titled Sugar Daddy or Boyfriend. Alright, y'all, before I jump into this recap review, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And if you end up liking this recap review, go ahead and hit me with that thumbs up button. All right, y'all, let's jump right into it. So we're going to start with Courtney and Josh, okay? So Courtney last week episode left like this long comment underneath my video. So if y'all missed it, go and check it out because she was, spilling a little tea on her story. And she was saying how I got it wrong and yada, yada, yada. She was not a corrections officer at the prison or where he was staying at when she was visiting him. She wasn't a corrections officer there or whatever like that. But the way it's said on that's how it came off. Like the way it was represented on is where I got that information from. So if you was not an inmate why I keep calling you an inmate? If you was a corrections officer at the jail where he was an inmate and you was doing visitation, why was you wearing the wig? So if I meant to ask you that last week, but it didn't cross my mind until like a couple days after. And I was like, I don't really feel like going back to the comment and making that comment. But I just thought since you watch my reviews and stuff like that, which I am very appreciative, why was you wearing the wig, girl? Tell us down there in the comments why you was wearing the wig. Or you want to say that for, whenever we collab or whatever, because I want to know why was you wearing the wig. And like I said in the comment, well, TV got you out here looking crazy as fuck because they making it seem like you was working at the jail where you was visiting him from. And if that's the case, like I said, you dumb as hell. I just want to say that. I just wanted to say that. And also, like, I'm glad you didn't take offense with me calling you hoe and bitch and all that other stuff. That's just the way I talk. I don't really know your lifestyle like that. So I don't know if you a hoe, you a bitch or nothing like that. That's just the way I talk too. So I'm glad you didn't get offended over that. But just let me know, like, why was you wearing the wigs? But anyway, to this week's episode. So she was still hiding. Child, she was still hiding behind that dang on concrete slab. Dressed like a goddamn pickle. And he like, where she at? Where she at? So he ends up walking behind her and she was face down. So he ends up walking behind her and then flips her over and then starts kissing on his pickle. I was just like, okay, all right. So he was tugging his little pickle down. So, and then she gets up. He lifted her up, helped off the ground and stuff. She started crying. They both emotional. He said that it was emotional and he happy that, he with her or whatever. And so then he asked her like, well, why is you dressed like a pickle? Because, we all had the same question. And so then she made like a little corny cucumber joke saying like, I was a cucumber, but now I'm a big deal or something. It was the whole meme thing, child. I was just like, girl. But anyway, he tells us that when he saw her in the jail and she was a correction officer, he was real stuck on her. He was just like, oh yeah, I want to be with her and that's going to be my boo for life or whatever. So he said it was love at first sight and stuff like that. And she was saying like, oh, he also said like, even though she was a guard and I was an inmate, he just knew it was meant to be. And so he's going to be quarantining and chilling with her for 14 days. And then he's going to go live with his cousin because his wife is on probation. I still don't understand why he would get the quarantine with her for 14 days, but can't stay with her. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, what's the difference? Like, she's still on probation the 14 days versus like what's the difference, child? Somebody explain it to me. Anyway, they went out to eat. He looking at the pie. He acting like he don't know what pie is. I said they had pie 11 years ago. Like, what the fuck? Like, cause he talking about, what is that? What is that? What is? I said they ain't had no cherry or apple pie 11 years ago. Like, I know Mr. Smith been out for a while. Like, come on now. But anyway, he was telling us how the jail food is horrible and it's just, bits and pieces of shit pulled together in a pot and put on their plate and stuff. And then they had some more little pickle jokes, and he was tearing their hamburger up. He said it was the best hamburger he has ever had in his whole entire life. I said, oh, okay, but that's probably just because you're hungry and you've been eating jail food for 11 years. He ready to break her back in, basically. He ready to, bow chicky wow wow with his boo. He said he ain't had sex in 11 years, so he felt like a reborn virgin. He said he didn't forget how to do it. I said, sir, no, you ain't forget how. And then they show like a little scene where they was having phone sex, and his phone sex game was off, but it probably was because they was being monitored. He didn't want to get too explicit, but fuck that shit. Like, you better get nasty on the phone with your boo. Like, if they listening, they listening. They take something home to their boo thing or something like that. But, he was like, oh, let your thighs be earmuffs for daddy. I said, that wouldn't even turn me on. I'd be like, you know what, babe? The dishwasher is running. I got to go. I got to go. I got to go. But she was turned on, child, because all we heard was the vibrator going. And I'm just like, whatever floats your boat. He get there to the house and stuff. And I don't know, where was they at? I can't remember where they were, but it was snowing. So at first it looked like it was a sunny day. Then all of a sudden it started snowing. So then they get back to her house and stuff. She got about 3-4 dogs. They all on the bed because they happy to see daddy there too. And I'm like, I know y'all finna bow chicky wow wow. If them dogs don't get the fuck out the way. But they sit there for a little bit and talk. And he was just happy and real appreciative that, she set the house up for him. He said his empire and like she been working hard and stuff like that. And he, was just appreciative for that. And what else, child? He said he was looking forward to happy times. And she was basically like, I'm ready for him to do me. Like, I want him to, bow chicky wow wow wow. Wow 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 with me. And so he wasn't really getting to it. You know how the other inmates get out and they be ready. He was just kind of like, well, let's talk about something. I think it probably was the camera. But anyway, they start kissing, child, and then they finally was about to bow chicky wow wow. And that was pretty much it for them. Rachel and Doug. So look. She better than me. Cause Doug child, by the way he be talking to her and he just reckless, and he's still in jail. So he gonna be reckless when he get out. She was meeting her mama at a restaurant or whatever, but before she even got out of the car, her phone rang and it was him. So she said like this call number 25 for him or something like that. Said call number 25. And so then he fussing. Soon as she say hello, he fussing. No parole, no this, no that, no news. You can't even tell me. Like, I'm tired of it. Like, he fussing. I said, girl, no. And she like, well, I understand you frustrated, but it's only going to be a couple more days. You couple more days, fuck that. Like, soon as I said hello and he was jumping, I'd have went in the restaurant, sat down with my mama, and ate some brunch or lunch, dinner, snack, whatever. Like, no, So she sat down, and she tells us that the longest time he been out of jail was 40 days. And he has issues following the rules and stuff. So I said, so you think he going, like, what do you think he going to do when he get out? Like, he has problems following rules. He already showing you like he's a big ass baby inside the goddamn jail, fussing and cussing and all this other stuff. And the longest he been out is 40 days. And what else she say? Oh, she said that what I forgot. My brain just hurt. Oh, and he just he's controlling or whatever like that. So what does she expect him to do? Like, I just don't understand. But she feels as though his son and her can lead him to righteousness. I said, how old was the little boy? Was like 12 years old, right? He been in jail. How long he been in jail? I can't remember from last week how long he been in jail. But if his son ain't stopped him from going to jail the first damn time, what makes you think he gonna stop him from going to jail the second time? Girl, stop. She sat down, she's talking to her mama, and she looked just like her mama. And her mama is not for it because she was married to an inmate before. So remember she said she was with 3 different inmates or whatever. And I don't know about the first one, but she did tell us she married the second one. And he had a heroin addiction. So that's what ended their relationship, because then he went back to jail. And she wasn't looking for another relationship, but she went on the prison website and was talking to Doug, and they ended up in a relationship. And she was saying, well, my ex-husband was going back to jail, so you could have just... Child, bye. The mama worried that things will become the same way. Here she goes, talking about, well, he don't have an addiction problem. He got other problems other than addiction, girl. Like, wake up. And the mom don't want him to take advantage of her. And she was like, well, how much money have you given him? And she was like, well, $30K. And I'm like, where is these people getting this money from? And she was saying, like, that was spent on food, hotels, gas, phone calls. And the mama was like, well, that's a huge chunk out your savings. Here she go. Here this dumb ditzy host go. Talking about well, you can't take the money when you're dying. Yeah, but you can do other shit with it. Like, you don't gotta be spending it on him. Like, girl, bye. You know how much traveling I was... And then she said... He told her that he was talking to a bunch of women and was using them before he started talking to her. But he could have used anybody. But when it comes to me, it was real. She got to be the biggest dummy. I tell you, boy, because she sounds stupid as hell. If he had already told you he was using other women, why would you think? Is it because he married you? Like, that means he could just use you more? Because he's not going to divorce you, boo. You going to end up trying to divorce him, and he don't have to sign paperwork. He don't have to sign paperwork. So, girl, bye. She's all talking about something, well, love is love. And the mama was like, yeah, but love is blind also. So she like, well, I got my eyes on him. And I was just like, mama, you need to pray for her too. Because the mom was like, she was such a good girl. I don't understand why she into all these bad boys and stuff. She wants to be the fixer and all this other stuff, and she had good guys, but I don't understand why she likes these prison guys or whatever. She ain't learned her lesson from the last one. I said you would think she would have. Whole heroin addict, so you know it was he was probably stealing shit. Child, you wouldn't get me twice. And then Brittany and Ray. Yeah, let's go to Brittany and Ray, child. So she on her way to her daddy's birthday, and she anxious, she a little overwhelmed and stuff like that, and she don't really feel like her family gonna be supportive of her and Ray, you know, being together and stuff like that. She tells us that her family is well off and that her family wants her to be with a provider or whatever. She looked just like her mama. She talking to her daddy, they eating and talking and stuff like that, and then she wants to reveal at the daddy's birthday party that she dating a prisoner. I said, that girl... It was ample of, I'm sure it was other times when you could have talked to your pappy or your mama and your sister. And let's go to the sister. Why the sister had all that makeup on, child? I said, what in the world? I know her face was melting in Texas because Texas is hot right now. So I know her face was melting. Like, girl, no. And anyway, but back to where she wanted to have the reveal. So she wanted to reveal at the birthday party. She could have picked any other time, but she picked this time. And the family was not with it at all. They was like, oh, you got to be joking. The daddy was like, look, I ain't drinking no more because I'm obviously drunk. Because I know she said he was in prison. The mama like, oh God, what is we doing? Like, what? Why? Just why? What did he do? Why is he in jail? She was just like, well, he was in there for possession to sell and stuff like that. And they kind of saying like, well, how do you know he won't go back? And she like, well, he said he won't go back. And the sister like, well, if he wants to support you because you have, you know, your life together, you got your own place, you got your own car, all this other stuff. If he wants to feel like a man and support you, he I can't get my words together tonight. He probably can't get a job straight out of jail. So he's going to feel like, oh, I can't take care of her. And he might go back to his old ways. So she like, well, what makes you think he not going to do that or whatever? And she like, well, that's what he said. he wasn't going to do it. His word is bond, all this other stuff. And I'm like, girl, you just don't know. You don't really know this man. And then, because her whole opening was, I got a boyfriend that I've been dating for 9 months. And they was like, wait, what? And we don't know nothing about it. So the mom, like, you hid him for 9 months for some type of reason. Like, it was a reason you hid him for 9 months. And she's saying because they wouldn't be supportive and stuff. And then the mama say, well, we traumatized from that last relationship. And I think she said she was with the guy. I thought last week she said she was with the guy for 5 years. But it sounded like she was with him maybe 2. I don't know. And she was engaged to him, and she was embarrassed to tell her family because she never thought that she would be in that, position to being abused like that. So she took a long time to tell the family what was going on. So she is, in a way, to me, it sounds like she's embarrassed to tell her family who she dating, because why would you wait 9 months to say something? It's the same cycle as you did when you was getting abused. You was embarrassed. You was ashamed, like all this other stuff. So now you doing the same thing all over again, except for this time he in jail. So the mom is like, you could choose anybody. Why would you choose him? Like, you got 2 jobs, like you got your own house, your own car, you do this and that. So why wouldn't you're a good choice. So why would you choose this for yourself and stuff? And so she like, well, you can't help who you love. Love is love. And I wasn't looking for a relationship, but he just popped up. And the dad like, well, I just don't want you to be with no moocher. And he got to prove himself. And so the mom say the mom basically said the same thing, but she don't want to meet him until he can prove himself. And then the creme de la creme was they asked her where he was going to go when he got out. At first she said the daddy house. And then she was like, well, when he first gets out, he has to go to a halfway house. And then she tells us that she just lied to her family. He not staying at the daddy house after the halfway house. He paroling to her house. I said, child, how the hell that's finna go? You know your family gonna be all up in your business now that you done dropped the bomb. So that's gonna be a hot ass mess, but I'm here for it. Then we gonna go to Dante and Nicole. Whew, child. So not too much happened. Not too much happened in this one. He just basically waiting for his boo to get out of jail. He on the road to get his boo. He done packed them $1,000 in cash envelope. He got the starter kit, the Victoria's Secret bag. Got the roses, the wine. He got all the starter kit ready. She was telling me that when we had sex, I got to grind her and don't pound me. He was like, yeah, I could be a little rough and gentle and stuff. And I'm like, I ain't need to know all that, Dante. Dante is weird to me, but whatever. He's just weird to me. It's foggy as hell outside. He talking about something, I hope that ain't no sign. I said, well, child. He's talking about nothing will keep me away from my boo. I said, oh, you like the postman. No rain, sleet, snow, or hail, or fog gonna keep you from your boo thing. Okay, you better get her. So he said they have not had any contact in 12 to 13 months because she did something. Her privileges got taken away. So they were visiting, but through the screen and stuff like that. But that all got taken away because she had did something. He driving. He talking about he got the bubble guts. I said, well, you should have took a shit before he got there. Nasty. What if he end up... he gonna end up farting or shitting on himself. Anyway, he pulled up. It was like 6:45 a.m. or whatever. He said he waited for the love of his life, but he lets us know again that he did this before and the girl changed on him. So he hopes that Nicole don't do the same thing or whatever, because he's putting all his chips in that basket. And then I realized she was 23 and he was 33, right? So 10-year difference. We're going to see how that go. She come out finally, and they both excited. They kissing and stuff like that. And he ends up carrying her to the car. He's talking about he ain't going to let his boo walk and everything like that. She tells us that she wouldn't have made it without him. And that, he kept her on a good path and stuff like that. And she tells us how she was a good kid. And then she hooked up with the wrong crowd at 16. And then she started wilding out, smoking, drinking, popping Xanax and stuff. And I'm like, girl. And then she ended up going to jail. So he pulls out the wine glasses. Mind you, they still on the side of the road. They ain't going nowhere. So he pulls out the wine glasses, the wine. They made a little toast and stuff. And she like, oh, this better than the hooch that they served in jail and stuff. Then he hands her over the $1,000 envelope. She like, how much is that? Okay. All right. So then she ends up stuffing the damn wide money child in her bra. And then he talking about something. He ready to get his chocolate and vanilla swirl on and stuff. She like, well, I can't wait to go shopping. She fanning the money and stuff. He thinks she's sexy as hell. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. He even said that her elbows was sexy. I said, the elbows? What in the world? But he said he ready for the real Nicole because he been, practicing on Nicole Jr., the little torso that he put in with the dishes and stuff. This nasty shit. And anyway, he said he ready for the real thing. But she said, because she was like, well, I've been in prison, so I haven't had sex, but I don't know if I'm ready to have sex with him. I said, girl, how you gonna get out of that? Because he ready. Okay, he ready. He said he ain't had sex in a year and a half. And then when they was on the side of the road and he was talking about the chocolate and vanilla swirl, she was all on him and stuff. So he was getting all rock steady to my go down, boy. Go down. I said, girl, you better let him know right now that you not fitting to do nothing with him. You better hold the torso, then he can never mind. That's too much. Anyway, Stan and Lisa. So Stan and Lisa. I had to save my little Hugh Hefner last. Child, Hugh Hefner, he gonna say some, my mama always said it's starving children in Europe and you gotta eat all your food. I said starving children in Europe? Who the fuck says that? I ain't never heard nobody say starving kids in Europe. Now, in Africa, I've heard that saying, but Europe? Okay. He said the kids would starve and I would just eat all my food. I said, stand a goddamn mess. But anyway, he over there, he was telling us how starting over after his wife passed was kind of overwhelming and he's real lonely in the big house by himself. And I'm surprised he didn't sell that house to get an apartment or a condo or something like that. But he's still living in a house that he shared with his wife. And he has 2 cats, but we only saw one because he was feeding that cat. I said, He said he has patience, money, and he's fit and he has a good attitude and he still like the bow chicky wow wow. I said, well, Stan, don't call me because I'm not finna do nothing with you. So, I mean, if you was going to just shower me with money and buy me those nice little wigs that you had brought Lisa, then okay. But, Stan, you want to bow chicky wow wow. You want to do nasty things in the basement. I can't with you, Stan. So don't. I mean, if you ever get the will not to do about chicky wow wow, then call me. But until then, stay with Lisa. But he had his little Hugh Hefner robe on and stuff. And then she ends up calling him and saying she's super excited to come home to him and stuff. And she I can't wait to get back to the house and in the basement so we can do those things that I said, what y'all doing in the basement? Do tell. He said his batteries is charged. I was like, ooh, Stan. And he said he willing to try anything new once. So he with it. He with the shits and giggles. So he with it. But she feels very unattractive since being in jail and stuff like that. And he baby, I'm attracted to you anyway, even if you look like a boy, I'm still attracted to you and stuff. And she says she don't want to be a disappointment. And he tells us that he wants to get engaged to her, but he said he don't know when. But he does eventually want to get engaged to her, whatever like that. So I was like, oh, okay. At least he not about to propose when she get out. So he was telling us they was only together for about 2 to 3 days, child. But he is in love with him some Lisa. So she must have flipped him upside down, okay? She wants to meet the kids. So she was like, well, when am I going to meet your kid? I'm sorry, I feel like something on my nose. She well, when can I get to meet the kids or whatever? So, he was like, I don't know about that. And that's the can of worms you don't want to get into or whatever. And she was like, well, I just want to meet them and stuff. He was like, like if you not their mama, they not gonna like you. So we just not gonna do that. And of course his kids is the same age as Lisa, so he said that's a whole nother can of worms right there. And they think that she using him for his money and stuff. And so she says, well, I have nothing but good intentions for our relationship and stuff. And then he was telling us like his money, the inheritance, is going to be 25% to each of his kids, and then Lisa is going to give 25%. So that's going to be over $500K for her or whatever. I was like, like she gonna be happy with that because I'm sure she don't have anything at this moment. And then he said goodnight to her, whatever like that. And then we see him doing like his little nightly routine and stuff, and he want his skin soft and supple like a woman. And then he shows us his little 15-year-old cat, Samuel. Samuel was like, I ain't asked to be on camera, goddammit. He was like, well, he's clawing me. I gotta put him down. So I said, that cat did not want to be on that damn camera. He gonna remember this later. And then we see Stan. So he driving somewhere. Turns out he driving to the wig store. He tells us that Lisa had gotten a fight in jail and her hair had got pulled. So some of her hair is missing or whatever like that. So he want to get her a wig. I said, oh, that's so cute. He said her body fit because she worked out for 2 hours every day or every 2 hours or some shit like that. And child, what he said... Well, he said Lisa slapped the girl because she got her face. I don't know what that means or anything. I was cracking up. I said, Stan, for real, you gotta get hit with the lingo now. And but he said he gonna buy his woman a wig because he want her to feel confident and stuff like that. And she was like, well, what kind of wigs do she like and stuff? He was like, well, can I show you a picture? She was like, oh yeah, show me a picture. Child, why he showed the mug shot first? I said, Stan, that was the only picture you had in your phone. So he ends up showing her picture. So the lady got some cute little wigs for her. Child, them wigs totaled up to $1,300. So he was like, it's worth it. It's worth it. She was like, okay, you spoil her a lot. And he was like, yeah, I do. She was like, well, what you, the sugar daddy or the boyfriend? He was like, both. She was like, oh, I like that, Stan. I said, girl, you slipped him your number, didn't you? I know you did. I know you did. So anyway, he tells us he made his first million when he was 40 because he put his money in the stocks and stuff like that, which is very smart, especially if you know how to do them right. And then he gets a call, like he left out the wig place, like he went to the bathroom in the same building or whatever. He gets a call from Lisa, child. She's talking about her brother that got pulled over and locked up by the cops for evading. So he went on like a high-speed drug chase or whatever like that. And he tells us that her family is full of criminals. The daddy is a murderer. The brothers be in and out of jail. And then she got picked up or whatever. Child, I'm thinking it was her first time in jail the way Stan made it seem last week. No, boo-boo. She been in jail 7 times. 7 times. And then this hoe gonna say, I don't know what to do. Like, should I help him or should I just leave him be, because he just not going to get it right or whatever. And so Stan like, well, I don't know. It's like he going to get it, right or whatever. And so she like, I don't know, because I'm just worried he going to hit the pipe when he get out or whatever. Because, it took me 7 times to get it right. I said, but you still in jail, Lisa. So you ain't get it right on the 7th time. Boo, you didn't get it. You didn't get it right. You just didn't, Lisa. You just didn't. So I was like, dude, somebody need to tell her what getting it right mean. But anyway, she was like, the bail is $30K. I said, now I know she ain't trying to have Stan pay no $30K for no bail for her brother. So she like, well, I don't know if we should just let him sit in jail or we should bail him out and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, it's only money. Easy come, easy go. I say, but bitch, it ain't your money. So of course it's easy come, easy go. So Stan was just like, that's just a tough break, baby. It's just a tough break. And so it was like 1 minute left on call. He was like, well, all right, baby, I'll talk to you. He hung up that phone so fast. He Because when she called earlier, like the night before or whatever, it was like, all right, good night, sweet cheeks, you know. But this time he was like, all right, babe, I'll talk to you later. Boop. Big phone so damn fast. He was like, this bitch crazy. She think I'm gonna bail her brother out for $30,000. I was cracking up. And that's how the episode ended, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all felt about this episode down there in the comments. Oh, child, these people funny. Oh, goodness. But anyway, y'all tell me what y'all thought about each of these couples. What y'all think going on. And just give y'all thoughts and views and everything like that. Put it down there in them comments, y'all. If y'all are not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be notified when I drop new videos. And also, again, if you ended up liking this recap review, please go ahead and hit me with that thumbs up button. All right, y'all. Until next time. Peace.